That's
Oh my
weird.
gosh, that was 2 minutes later.
Oh yeah,
Right.
the interceptions. I have like 92 or 3 interceptions. Yeah, there we go. Go for it, first post. Yeah, he moved, thinking you're gonna go back post. The plays, oh.
Oh, that was almost amazing.
This build's insane. Play him, I want you to play him. Yeah, that's what I wanted. Denied.
I just never see that coming. Crazy. Wow. He just moves.
The chop down was wild.
What's up?
Gonna lose it.
Ooh, your body.
Wow. Alright, so there we go.
It's the first time that shit, like.
I was surprised at how good that through ball was. Go.
Perfect.
What's up, guys? This is Lesky, and we're going to be continuing this pro player build series on my channel for FIFA 22 Pro Clubs. And we're going to be going over our first CDM build of this series. On my community page, I posted a poll giving you guys 2 options for 2 CDM players that you would like to see me make a build over. And so I asked which one y'all would like to see first. The options were Kimmich or Kanté. So it looks like Kanté won with almost 300 votes. So thank you guys for voting. I really appreciate the interaction and support y'all are giving me on my channel. But Kanté won that vote pretty handily. Don't worry for the people that want a Kimmich build. I will get to a Kimmich build for sure. He's one of my favorite players. Also, I have his jersey. I have his Bayern Munich jersey from a few seasons ago. So we're definitely going to get to a Kimmich build. But in this video, we're going to be just focusing on this Kanté build, which is absolutely locked down. Annoy your opponents. You can just bug them. You might be a little bit smaller when it comes to height, but we actually got a wide frame. As you guys can see, we're 200 pounds, which obviously Kanté isn't. I don't think Kanté is 200 pounds at least in real life, but it kind of fits his unique body type that he has in FIFA this year. He kind of has a wider, stockier body type for a shorter build. And then 200 pounds just kind of gets him to where we want for the physical attributes and also mostly for like balance. He has a lot of balance on his cards in Ultimate Team. So that's kind of why we went for 200 pounds. And then for the height, we went for 5'6", which he's exactly 5'6", so that's spot on right there. And of course, the position is CDM. And then preferred foot, doesn't really matter. You could be lefty if you want when using this build, but Kanté is right-footed, so we went right-footed for that. And yeah, 200 pounds is what we went for the weight. You could go a little bit lower, but again, I'll show you guys once we get to the skill tree kind of why we decided to go 200 pounds, mostly just for physical and dribbling attributes. So now let's hop on over to the perk page and see what we got there. Kanté's best attribute in all of FIFA is actually his stamina. So when looking at the first perk we have, I went for Tireless Runner. We have a good amount of stamina on the skill tree when we went for the Lynx archetype to get a stamina boost and jumping boost. But the Tireless Runner will make you not even have to worry about the stamina at all because we already have pretty decent stamina on the skill tree. So you can be running around all you want in the first half. And then once that 75th minute hits, you'll get a boost of stamina and you'll probably basically go, even if you're like sprinting almost the whole time, you'll probably go back up to like half stamina, like have the bar half full, which is still actually really good for the end of the game. Most players will be like a third or a 3/4 of the way down, or maybe even more, depending on how much stamina they have and how much they're running. So you'll probably be the most fit player on the field with this Kanté build because of the stamina increases that we have on the skill tree, and of course the Tireless Runner. So I had to go for the Tireless Runner. If you feel like you don't need the Tireless Runner, since I believe we have 83 stamina on the skill tree and you don't feel like you're going to be going forward very much, which you probably shouldn't with this build anyways. It's not a very attacking build, mostly just focused on lockdown defense, to be honest. But still, it's nice to be able to just sprint all over the place so you can cover ground as fast as possible. So I don't think you can go wrong with Tireless Runner. But I know a lot of you guys maybe trying this build aren't level 23 yet, and that's when you unlock Tireless Runner. So you'll have to go for something else because you can't use it. So what I would possibly do, even though we already have really good defensive stats, I didn't even go for ball winner. I think it's kind of a waste, but maybe you could go for ball winner if you don't have the tireless runner. Or the other option I would suggest is just going for the other passing perk. We have the threaded pass, which just helps for the through balls, over the top through balls, on the ground through balls, all that good stuff. The wide through balls on Xbox and the triangle through balls on PlayStation. But you could go for both passing perks, which is very helpful for a CDM build, and it'll also give you 5-star weak foots on your A passes, your X passes, or your, I believe it's X passes and square passes on PlayStation for the precision pass, and then of course those through balls for the threaded pass, which we have on this build. So that could be another option if you don't really want the tireless runner or you can't get it because you're not a high enough level. Anything else I don't think is necessary unless you really want the ball winner. But once you get to the skill tree, you'll kind of see why we don't have the ball winner. And then for the second perk, we went for physical strength. I believe we have 72 strength on the skill tree. And on Kanté's 90 rated gold card this year in Ultimate Team, he actually has exactly 72 strength. But he does have some upgraded cards. He has some informs, a Team of the Year card, I think like a UCL card or something like that, which the strength is upgraded a bit more. And for a smaller build, it's just nice to have the physical strength. It also boosts your jumping. And even boost the ball control, which isn't that high because we're a CDM build and we couldn't focus too much on the dribbling ability. So I think physical strength is a must. We have that big body type, and you can definitely body people. I got some good clips of bodying people, bigger builds too. Like I played against like a tall build, and I was bodying that build pretty easily just because of the wide frame of this build and the decent strength that we have with the physical strength perk. So the threaded pass, like I said, is the third perk that we have. Feel free, if you're going to run the tireless runner and you don't want the threaded pass, feel free to, if you prefer the precision pass, go for that. I just prefer the threaded pass since we have some pacey players up top on our team, and I like just hitting the through balls over the top and try and get some assist with this Kanté build. But like I said, the other options are really not that good. Last defender could be good. I've only really tried that on center back. I did like it, but I don't know how it would be on a CDM. It could be pretty decent, to be honest. Distance shooter could help. I didn't really take any shots. We don't have anything on the shooting page, really. So I don't know how that would really work. But yeah, that's it for these 3 perks that we have for this build. I think it fits Kanté perfectly. And then, like I said, we'll talk about why we didn't go for ball winner once you see the defensive page. So now on to the skill tree. We will be taking a look at the physical page first for this Kanté build. And we're going to be starting on this top left side where all we went for is just kind of some stamina and then an increase of strength. So we got, for 1 skill point, we got +2 strength, pretty good value. And then this one is also good value for stamina, +3 stamina for 2 skill points. And we end up getting 72 strength, which is exactly what Kanté has on his gold card. And then he also has like a flashback card we could look at, an 87 rated flashback card, which I kind of looked at, and the gold card both when making this build. So it's kind of a mix of both of those cards. And I think the flashback actually only has like 60 something strength. So we have better strength than that and spot on with his gold card. And then on the right side, again, like I mentioned earlier, we went for this acrobat archetype mainly for the increase in stamina, but also it's helpful since this is a smaller build. It's only a 5-6 CDM build, and it is helpful to win some headers, which I actually did surprisingly win a good amount of headers with this build, even though we're 5-6. But this actually will get us to 76 jumping, which on his gold card he has 77 jumping, so we're pretty much spot on, and we actually have more jumping than that with the physical strength perk active. Same with the strength, we have more strength than it's actually saying. And then this will get us to 83 stamina, which isn't what he has. He has 97, but remember, the tireless runner kind of makes up for that and gets us to maybe around there, I guess. Not technically, but that stamina boost 75th minute is clutch for a build that where you're just trying to run around and annoy the other team and play a lot of defense, track their runs, and all that kind of stuff. And the physical page is honestly pretty good for a 5-6 CDM in my opinion. The only thing that's we're kind of lacking compared to like Kanté's cards is his aggression. Aggression is like one of his other high attributes, like one of his other like highest attributes. I think he has 97 stamina on his gold card and 93 aggression. So we're not going to be able to get that much. I guess we could get a little bit closer if we got the bull archetype, and then maybe got some other aggression right here. But I don't think it's as important as getting that stamina and all that stuff. And we actually have 89 reactions, which is pretty good, even though we didn't focus on getting the reactions too much. We only got like +4, I think, right here. And he has 93 reactions on his gold card, so we're pretty close to that. And then so not too bad for a comparison to the reactions. Wish you could get it a little bit higher, kind of what he has in the 90s, but it's not worth the skill points, to be honest. So onto the defending page, where this is where we have a ton of our skill points, which you would come to expect for a Kanté build. His defense is what he is known for. So just look at these stats. 92 interceptions. On his gold card, he has 91. Defensive awareness, we have 93. He has 90 defensive awareness, so we actually have more defensive awareness than him. 92 stand tackling. He has 93 stand tackling, one less. Pretty accurate, though. And then we have 85 slide tackle, and he actually has 86 slide tackle. That's his lowest defensive attribute. So it's actually pretty dang accurate with all these categories right here. And the only thing we left off is this second section for the slide tackle. For +4 slide tackle, it's really not worth it. Slide tackling is nice, but you're not going to be slide tackling nearly as much as if you were to be stand tackling. Stand tackling is way more important in my opinion. So we don't have to worry about that. And honestly, it's pretty much spot on with his gold card anyways. And the defensive ability, I mean, obviously you can tell the defensive ability is amazing with this build. But once we get to the dribbling page, you'll also see why it works very well with these defensive attributes, because Kanté has a lot of balance. On his gold card, he has 92 balance. We're not going to be able to get that much, but with the weight that we have, 200 pounds, as I go to the dribbling page, you'll see kind of what I was going for. With the 200 pounds, it basically makes your balance higher than the agility. If you go any less in weight, the balance just keeps getting lower and lower the lower you put the weight. So at 200 pounds, you actually get more balance than agility. He has 92 balance. We can't get that much, and 82 agility. So this is kind of the closest we can get. Like, you could try 253 pounds or 224 and go even higher, but your pace will be a little bit slower, which could be kind of hard to deal with. So as I was saying, the high agility and high balance for this Kanté build, so you can cut and stay in front of the defenders and keep your balance. You won't be able to get thrown off the ball too much with that stocky body type and wide frame. And then with these defensive abilities and that high 93 defensive awareness, honestly just makes a lot of tackles for you. You're kind of just like a magnet to the ball. You just like stick to the ball, and it's really hard for people to get around you. This is probably the best defensive build I have used because of the dribbling ability with the agility and balance and the just high defensive awareness and stand tackling and all the other stuff that you see right here. And then I don't think I mentioned, but you can obviously see that we went for the Guardian archetype because it gives us a lot of increases. +6 interceptions, +6 defensive awareness, and +5 stand tackling for 10 skill points. And that is very good value for this Kanté build. And that's it for this dribbling page. Not much else to talk about. Just make sure you get this Lynx archetype, obviously, for the agility and balance upgrades, and then make sure you get this other balance right here, which will get you to 87 balance, and then also this balance too. It's good value. One skill point for +2 balance. Might as well do that. But we didn't go for any skills. He has 3-star skills, 2-star skills, 3-star weak foot on his gold card. We actually can't even get 2-star skills. It's not possible. You just start at 3. And we couldn't get any other dribbling or balance, dribbling or ball control upgrades, which is fine. On his gold card, he has 81 ball control and 79 dribbling. So we actually have better ball control, just not better dribbling, but we can't afford to increase that anymore. So that's it for the dribbling page. On to passing, where this is where we had to sacrifice going for nothing on the passing page, which is completely fine because if we compare, I'm comparing a lot compared to like my other builds. It's very accurate when making a CDM build, a 5/6 CDM build. It's very accurate to Kanté's actual cards, which is very nice to see. This is probably one of my most accurate pro player builds possible. I don't know why, it works perfectly with the base stats they give you for a CDM and the upgrade potential. You can almost get it spot on like a Kanté build. So comparing his passing attributes to his gold card, he has 78 vision, exactly what we have for base stats. 82 short pass, we have 84, so it's actually better. And then he actually 83, sorry. And then he has 79 long pass, and we have 84. So that's better as well. So our passing attributes are actually better than what Kanté actually has, and we have way better curve, and then better crossing as well, which is not as important for a CDM build. But remember, we do have the through ball perk on, so that'll make the long passing even better with the wide through balls, and then it'll make the vision better too, so keep that in mind. And if you want to rock the precision pass, you can do that as well. They both give you 5-star weak foot. So the passing ability really isn't too bad, even though we don't have any upgrades on it. Now to the shooting page. Of course, as you'd expect, we don't have anything on the shooting page, not even a weak foot. He only has a 3-star weak foot, which is kind of why the passing perk is helpful, the through ball perk that we at least have on this build. And if you were to rock no tireless runner in both of the passing perks, you wouldn't have to worry about like your passes other than crosses with your weak foot. It is a downside to the build that he only has 3-star weak foot, but in game he only has 2-star skills, 3-star weak foot, so we're pretty much spot on there. And nothing much to talk about for the shooting. I didn't really have any chances. I think I took like one long shot and it got blocked. But like, you're not going to be, if you want to score goals, this isn't the build to use. This is basically just a defensive mindset build, where you might be getting some assists, but mostly just locking down the other team. So onto the pace page, which is the last section. And we went for the full pace upgrade. I know Kanté is not this fast in Ultimate Team, like his base card. But if we go to his Team of the Year card, which is absolutely cracked, he has 90 pace with 95 acceleration and 86 sprint speed. So we're actually spot on with the sprint speed. We have 86 exactly. We're just a little bit lower on acceleration, but we can't get it any faster unless you go lower in weight. That would be the only thing, the only real positive in going lower in weight for this Kanté build, but I really don't think you're going to notice much of a difference anyways. So I think the 200 pounds for this build is perfect, and it just meshes very well with all the other categories and attributes compared to his gold card. But 90 acceleration, 86 sprint speed is not bad at all for a CDM. You are very pacey, got some strength to body people once you get close to them, and I didn't have a problem with it at all, to be honest. So that actually completes this N'golo Kanté CDM pro player build for FIFA 22 Pro Clubs. Like I mentioned, it is the most accurate pro player build that I have made, and it might be the most accurate build that I'll probably ever make this year, just because the CDM position with the height and weight that we have just works so well, and it fits perfectly to compared to like what Kanté actually has in game on Ultimate Team. So I'm actually pretty proud of this build, and it's very good. Probably the best CDM build I use. I mentioned in a lot of my videos, I prefer bigger builds when it comes to midfield, even CDM. So I would still prefer using a bigger build, but I know a ton of people like using smaller builds, and especially using Kanté in Ultimate Team. He's all over the place. So I have a feeling a lot of you guys will like this build, and it's one of the best CDM builds without a doubt in pro clubs, in my opinion. The defensive ability, going back to the defensive page, is just nuts. Like, look at those stats. You'll see what I'm talking about when it comes to defensive awareness. The defensive awareness just locks you onto them, locks you onto the ball, and almost just like does the defense for you. You basically don't even have to like press the tackle button. A lot of times it'll just tackle for you because of that defensive awareness. So if you could, please hit that like button on this video for me. I would greatly appreciate it, and that would help me out. And if you could hit that subscribe button on my channel. We're getting very, very close to 3,000 subscribers. Thank you guys for watching. Y'all have a great rest of y'all's day, and peace out.